What's up guys, Ruppy here bringing you my Week 3 game for the A-Drive Army Battle League, where my 2-0 Columbus Swoo will clash with the 0-2 Wiltshire Wartortles. Sorry, just getting stuff in order here. We are playing the 0-2 Wiltshire Wartortles, who, despite their record, actually have a really nasty matchup against me, which kind of terrifies me a bit. Here's hoping my little team here will be able to pull it off, so he sent the challenge. I'm gonna go ahead and accept, and let's see what we got. So by the looks of things, he brought everything I expected him to. Let me just go ahead and share this quick. I don't know if he will or not, but alright. So that's shared. So, looks like he brought everything I expected him to, except he did end up bringing the Entei, as opposed to the X-Sploud. So I'm going to go ahead and make that change really quick, and then make note of this team. I love when I have less mons I've changed. I'll go ahead and put the shiny Entei sprite in there, because that's, well, it is the Entei he is bringing, so alrighty, so he did bring the Entei, the Raikou, the Latias, the Mega Aggron, the Staraptor, and the Blastoise. Alright. Ignore spectators on. Now, I just realized he did not bring, I realized now I brought the Raikou as opposed to the Mimikyu, too. I almost forgot about that. How did I miss that? Okay. So, let me go ahead and plop, Raikou in there really quick. Alright, so him not bringing Mimikyu actually takes a huge weight off my shoulders. That's one very big problem I don't have to worry about anymore. The Entei is obviously a massive problem that is taking its place, but I think it'll be manageable in the rain. As for how I want to start this game, I feel like he either might lead with the Latias, or potentially maybe the Black. I don't think he's leading Staraptor, because there's no way I'm leading Herbivore. He's got too many threats against it. I think what I'm gonna do, actually, is I think I'm gonna lead Onion. I'm gonna lead Onion as he just leads with the Mega Aggron, which is fine with me. So, how do I want to proceed here? Mega Aggron might not be as much of a problem. If he's got Rock Slide on this thing, Rock Slide does not kill, even with me not being fully physically defensive. So, I think I would actually be in a pretty fair spot to maybe just fire off a Scald here and see if I can burn him. I would outspeed him regardless, which is the nice thing. So, with that in mind, I'm just gonna go straight for a Scald turn 1. Rain boosted Skull, do about half health, and there are the rocks. I was afraid of that. Thankfully, once I do get rid of this thing, rocks are not going to be an issue. Now, do I want to Scald again here, or do I want to... Scald's not going to 2-hit KO him unless I high roll. It doesn't look like he's got as much special defense investment as I thought, but it's still enough. What would he use against me? This is the problem, because I'm gonna need... these rocks aren't too big of an issue, but I would very much appreciate them being gone once you're out of the picture. And I have a feeling he's probably just gonna switch into Blastoise, in all honesty, at this point. Entei does not want to take a Scald. Raikou's a potential switch in because of what it does to me. It really doesn't want to take a Rain Boosted Scald, though. Latias could also come in, which would be a big problem. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and Scald again and see what happens. With any luck, maybe I can get a burn on something, try to make my life a little easier. If he stays in to tank the hit and tries to hurt my Pelipper, that's fine. But I have a feeling he might switch out to try to preserve this thing. Yep, he's gonna switch out and he's gonna go into Blastoise, which is fine with me. Not a bad damage off, and I do get the burn. Okay. So... I know this Blastoise has Rain Dish for its ability, and it's got Leftovers. And Mega Aggron is packing rocks. So I would expect him to potentially either try to Scald me in return, or maybe just try to Toxic something. And in that respect, I think I'm just going to go into Herbivore and get my Mega Evolution off. I think it's probably my best player. He's going to go ahead and Scald. Does nothing to Herbivore. He gets no burn. Okay, I'm going to Mega Evolve. Now the question is, what do I want to do here? He's not keeping this thing in. There is absolutely 0% chance he keeps this thing in against Mega Venusaur. He's going to switch out. I severely doubt it's going to be into... I fear that's going to be into Entei in the rain. Not when I still got 2 turns left, and it would still be 1 turn when he brings that thing in. I'm going to go ahead and get a Leech Seed off. As he's going to go into Staraptor, I'm going to Mega Evolve, get the Leech Seed off, get some health back, which is really nice. And now, what do I want to do about you? Okay. If he's bandaged Staraptor, then Brave Bird and Double Edge are a guaranteed 3-hit KO after Rocks and Leftovers on Mabel. Well, I do have the Leech Seed off on this thing too, which is nice. I severely doubt he's gonna Final Gambit. That'd be amazing if he's actually running that, but I'm not expecting it. Alternatively, what does this thing do against Panzer if he's banded? Looks like he actually does less to Mabel. So, I'm gonna go ahead and make the switch into Mabel to take the hit. Rock's not gonna do much. He's gonna Brave Bird, which I don't think that's banded damage. Let's see. Yeah, that's Scarf damage. That's not banded at all. So, that is very good information to have. That he is not banded. That's 1 weight off my shoulders. So he's Scarfed, which is nice. Do I want to go ahead and get my rocks up now, or... I know this thing outspeeds me. Rocks would be nice, but I also know Blastoise is sitting there. I'm gonna U-turn, actually. Because I feel like he's going to switch this thing out, knowing that Leech Seed is going to wear this thing down, along with Recoil, and Brave Bird is doing nothing to me. So I think I see an opportunity to be able to just... He's going to go into Aggron. I'm just going to U-turn out on it. It does nothing. Got a crit, which is interesting. And... Okay, what would Mega Aggron do? The only move I've seen from this thing so far is Stealth Rocks. I think I'm just gonna go back into Herbivore, honestly. And I'm just gonna fire off a Leech Seed. He's got nothing that would resist the Leech Seed, since he's not running any he's not running any grass types. So Leech Seed will allow me to chip away at this thing. If he switches it out and brings Staraptor, even back in, or even Latias or Entei, I can get some health back, get some damage on them. He's gonna go back into Staraptor, and we're gonna play the Leech Seed game all over again. Which I do not mind in the slightest, and I'm just going right back into Mabel. There's really no reason for me not to. Oh, he U-turned out this time. Clever. And we're back to this point. Okay. Okay. So, how do I play this? I want to say he's got Fire Punch. Unless he's... well... I'm going to get my rocks up. He's got Earthquake. Okay, that's good to know. Nice to see Mabel tanked it. Not what I really wanted to see, though, if I can be perfectly honest. I'm gonna go back into Onion now, and I mean, I know I just set up my rocks, and I would very much love to keep them there, but at the same time... though... This is a bit tricky. I'm not keeping Mabel in on this thing, there is no way. Well, I could have U-turned out for chip damage, but... He might be expecting me to U-turn out, actually. I don't think he would switch this thing out expecting me to U-turn, he'd probably just tank the hit. U-turn would have been nice to chip this thing down, but I'm just gonna flat switch, I don't want to risk it. Actually, why am I not risking it? Draggy outspeeds this thing. I'm gonna do that instead. I'm just gonna U-turn out. I'm just gonna go into Onion. I feel like Onion's a good play. Because this way... He's probably gonna bring in Blastoise to try to I'm gonna go ahead and Scald. He's probably gonna bring in Blastoise to Rapid Spin. I probably should Defog, but as long as this thing's around, and I know he's probably gonna switch it out to preserve it, as long as this Mega Aggron's around, he'll be able to set up rocks. I want to be able to Defog when the rocks are completely when this thing is completely out of the picture. Oh, now he's gonna go into Latias, which gets crit by a Scald. Okay. This is a bit of a problem. Mabel was the answer I had for this thing, and Mabel was a great answer to this thing, and unfortunately Mabel is not in the best of shape to be able to take a Draco right now. I could risk Lantern, I suppose. No, I need Beacon. I'm just gonna go into Panzer. As he recovers! Okay, that's actually fine with me. I am more than willing to accept the recover. And you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and Swords Dance up, actually. Well, Iron Head kind of seems a little pointless now in hindsight, but... this Latias is not really going to be able to do anything to me. I mean, he's going to Side Shock, which really does nothing. I'm up to +2 now. And I'm going to go ahead and fire off Return on something. If I get rid of this Latias, that would be amazing. I'm not going to hedge my bets, though, because this thing is kind of important. He Dracos, does some damage. Panzer's going to fire off a Return. Nope, my display driver crashed. That's what happened. Okay, screw you. Screw you. Okay. So the plus side is, he's at +2. I'm just gonna go ahead and rest. Because I know I can tank that. I'll be able to get a rest off. And honestly, I'm just gonna stay in and burn a turn of sleep. Because this thing is not touching Panzer at all. If he wants to stay in here and keep firing off Dracos, he can, but he's not gonna do anything. Yep, he's gonna go ahead and get Mega Aggron in, which is fine with me. So I've seen Stealth Rock and Earthquake from this thing so far. Don't think he's really gonna be able to touch me. I'm gonna go ahead and burn my other turn of sleep. He brought superpower! Okay! Good to know. Superpower. Okay, that was some nice tech there. I'll give him that. I'm gonna go ahead and just wake up and get another Swords Dance off to get up to +4. That superpower is not gonna be doing anything. He's down to -2 now. I can actually kill him with a return from this range. The thing is, I'm gonna rest instead. I don't want to take any risks. I really do not want to take any kind of risk right now. The good thing is he can't crit me. He goes into Staraptor, which I am perfectly fine with. I know this thing is scarfed. I'm just gonna go ahead and burn another sleep turn. He has close combat! Okay, and all of a sudden this isn't as pleasant as I had hoped. Eek. Okay. I cannot take another one of those. So he's wearing down my walls more than I can wear down his. That's a problem. I'm playing a little too passively. I need to make a play here. Now, I'm gonna go into Herbivore, knowing he's scarfed and locked into close combat. That's gonna do nothing. And I'm basically free to fire off a Leech Seed on something. He's not keeping this thing in, not when he's locked into close combat, and Herbivore can just eat it up. So I'm free to just get a Leech Seed off on something. There's the Entei. Hello, Entei. You giant, magnificent pain in my side. So I actually can live a Sacred Fire and a Flare Blitz from this range. Barring any crits if he's Adamant Banded, which I have no reason to doubt that he is, since if Raptor's Scarf, this thing's gotta be banded. I can take it, the question is, do I really want to? Especially since Sacred Fire might have a chance to burn me. Alternatively, he could overpredict and expect me to just switch out. You know what? Ooh, that's not exactly the greatest of options. You know what? As nice as it was, Mabel, I think I gotta let you go. He's gonna go for a Stone Edge, which actually works out. I think that works for me. Because if he's locked in a Stone Edge, that does 30 to 35. Oh, hang on. Hold the phone. What have we got here? He lost HP. That is a Life Orb Entei. That is a Life Orb Entei. That is not banded in the slightest. I think I actually prefer that. I'm gonna go into Onion here. I don't know if he's aware if I'm Scarfed or not. I'm just gonna fire off a Scald. Maybe he with the way I've been playing this thing so far, maybe he doesn't think... Everything he's had in on this thing so far has not outsped, and anything that he brought in against me, I switched out. Onion is gonna steal the kill, and Entei is out of the picture! Oh, that could not have worked out any better. Entei was a huge problem, and now it is gone. Woo-hoo-hoo! That makes me smile. Okay, so... Now, Staraptor's at 27% HP. It's got It's got one more switch in on rocks. As I just make note of a few things here. So, now it's probably dawning on him that Onion is scarfed. And now the interesting question becomes, what does he do about it? Onion picking up a very crucial kill to catch Entei completely off guard. I'm sorry I had to lose Mabel over it, but in the long run, I don't think it's going to really cost me. So in comes Staraptor. And now the question becomes, what attack does he use? A double edge would take me out here. Is the thing. I could go into Beacon, but Beacon really does not want to take a double edge. Brave Bird seems... well, he's going to go down to some sort of recoil is the thing. I might have to just sack Panzer off at this point. Panzer would have been nice to run through his team, but at this point... that's the thing. I would be down 2 defensive walls, and that Latias is still a problem. But then again, unless I can get Panzer woken up and then have it rest again, there's no way Panzer is really going to be of any use to me going forward. I think I'm just going to sack Panzer off. As much as I really don't want to. He's going to go for the double edge. The recoil is going to take out Staraptor. And... alright. So we're down to 4v4. And realistically, I've got a very good opportunity to bring in Purple Rain here and abuse 3 turns of rain to smack something. I could also send in Herbivore, but against anything that's not Latias, Herbivore would do well against anything that is not Latias. And Latias seems like a really obvious bring-in right now, if I can be perfectly honest. It is weakened, is the thing, but I don't want Herbivore taking a substantial amount of damage. The Mega Aggron's been dented. I would very much like some more damage. You know what? I'm just going into Purple Rain at this point. I'm going to go ahead and go into Purple Rain. There's the Blastoise, which does not surprise me in the slightest. And I'm just going to go ahead and fire off a Draco. It is not going to kill, unfortunately. Hello? Dragon Pulse Blastoise. Well, well, well. I'm just going to switch into Herbivore now, thank you very much. Okay. So, from here, I think I'm actually in a really good position. Sludge Bomb would kill him from this range. If he brings in Latias, with the rock, Sludge Bomb kills that. The only thing Sludge Bomb doesn't kill, doesn't really touch, is the Mega Aggron. And honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and Sludge Bomb. If he lets this thing go down, that's fine with me. That would be fine with me, honestly. Because if this Blastoise goes down, I think Kingdra actually has free reign to clean up from here. He's gonna go into the Mega Aggron. Okay. So. I know this thing has Superpower, and I know it has Earthquake. I'm gonna Synthesis up. As he just goes for the Earthquake. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop a Leech Seed on this thing now. Just to help basically make sure I can wear this thing down and keep Herbivore at a good amount of health, preferably. A crit Earthquake really wouldn't be the end of the world for me here. So, he's gonna go into the Latias now, which is fine with me. Honestly, from this range, barring a crit, I can take a Psyshock, barring a, well, would it? Yeah, I can take a Psyshock, barring a crit. The thing is, I don't want to risk the crit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go out into Beacon here. He's gonna recover, which is meh. But honestly, I think I made the right play here. I'm gonna go ahead and Toxic this thing now. Toxic and Leech Seed is going to make sure this Latias is not going to be sticking around for too much longer. And honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and Scald from here. Just to help chip away at this thing a little more. Recover is only going to get him so far from this point. Especially since I still have Onion to set up Rain, and Onion is Scarfed as well. And I still have Kingdra to abuse the Rain. He's just gonna go ahead and Psyshock. With Leftovers and Leech Seed, I'm gonna be getting a decent amount of health back. And on top of that, this Latias is gonna be worn down relatively quickly. He cannot recover stall me. Blastoise is not gonna last him too much longer. He has not brought Raikou in yet, but both Lantern and Mega Venusaur completely wall Raikou from this range. So Beacon's gonna go ahead and Scald this thing as he brings the Raikou in now. Yeah, realistically, Raikou cannot touch this thing. I'm gonna go up. Is that Hidden Power Grass? Okay, maybe I'm a bit mistaken, but hang on, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Even HP Grass shouldn't be doing that much. Are you? You're Specs. Specs Raikou. That is the only way this makes any form of sense. Specs Raikou. I'm just gonna go ahead and go into Herbivore then. Specs is the only way he could really be doing that much to me. I'm just gonna go ahead and Leech Seed again. Because really, I don't have any reason not to. He's gonna go into Mega Aggron. I'm gonna Leech Seed it, get some nice recovery. And I think I'm just gonna go... Well, no, hang on, hold the phone. I don't want to overpredict here. He might just be He's probably just sacking this thing off to get a safe switch in back into Latias. I'm just gonna go ahead and Synthesis. And now I'm realizing I probably should have Sludge Bombed. Recover, Draco, Psyshock. I'm gonna Leech Seed here, because, yep, I figured the Recover was coming. I'm gonna Leech Seed him to help wear this thing down a little more. And honestly, from full health, I can risk taking even a crit Psyshock, Synthesis up, and just have this thing worn down a little more. So I'm going to eat the Psyshock, go ahead and Synthesis up. Honestly, Herbivore could just sit in here and do this all day now. And there's nothing he can do about it. I'm going to go ahead and Synthesis again. He really has nothing he can do to me here. A crit Psyshock would be very detrimental. I can recover off all the damage, but it would really not... I kind of hate having to do this to him, but... I'm gonna take advantage of the tools I have, and Herbivore can tank Psyshocks, recover off all the damage with Synthesis from this point, and this Latias is gonna wear itself down between Leech Seed and Toxic. And there's really nothing he can do about it. He has no way of getting rid of that Toxic. As long as I can basically keep... as long as I can keep... Okay, he's gonna go back out into this thing. Which... I am fine with, honestly. Because, let's see. I know this thing is Specs, and I know it is HP Grass. So, the question becomes, do I keep Herbivore in and just keep Now, you know what? I'm just gonna go back into Beacon. Just to be on the safe side. He's gonna go ahead and Shadow Ball, which is fine with me. I probably should be preserving Differential, but I don't want to take any unnecessary risks here. I have this game on lock as long as I can basically maintain control from this point forward. Another Shadow Ball would kill me, and he does outspeed is the problem. But, yeah, I think I'm actually fine with it. I'm gonna go ahead and Scald. I'm gonna lose Beacon, but he's gonna die to the Toxic. And honestly, from this point, I'm just gonna go into Onion. I think from the... Herbivore can tank everything he has left from where it's at. And to be perfectly honest... From this point... Yeah, Onion has just enough HP that if I need to, I can bring it in one last time to set up the rain. But from this point, I don't think it's going to be necessary. With how worn down everything is, I think Onion might actually be able to clean up. I'm just going to go ahead and Hurricane. So Onion with a kill. That's two for Pelipper this game. I was thinking Kingdra was going to put in the work once the rain was up, but honestly, Onion taking care of business. That thing is just barely going to live. Wow. That's kind of funny, actually. But, 23%? Yeah. I can just go into Purple Rain at this point. And really Spec Surf cleans up from here. So, Purple Rain makes its debut and does what it was meant to do. Great game, Notorious Pip. That was a nerve-wracking matchup. I'm actually glad things kind of worked in my favor because I was really nervous about how this match was going to go. But, whew. At the end of the day, my Columbus Swoo are going to improve to 3-0 after all. It wasn't the prettiest victory, and I do admit I probably shouldn't have sacked off Lantern, but I wanted to play this safe. I wanted to be absolutely sure that I could maintain control from this point. Differential's not a concern to me just yet. There will come a point in time where I will begin to become super concerned about Differential, but for now, I'm content with just winning, keeping my record intact, and just trying to go from there. So, with all that said, thank you guys so very much for watching. I have been Ruppy, and my victorious Columbus Swoo and I will see you guys next time. Take care, guys.